Hi, welcome to Brainmasters teaching videos. Today we will be doing differentiation for quotient rule. So I've prepared 4 questions here for you to practice. You can actually download the questions from the link below. Okay, and then you can practice with me as I go through. Alright, so first let us look at our quotient rules formula. Okay, if you look at my chain rule, I did use my D1 and D2. So if you haven't watched that, please do watch it, alright, because that will help you to understand how you can actually use chain rule, okay, to help you with your differentiation for quotient rule. Okay, for quotient rule, the dy dx, okay, over here, your dy dx is actually differentiate the first multiply the second minus differentiate the second times the first over bottom square. Okay, if you look at this one, it's quite similar to your chain rule. Just the only difference is that you have a negative instead of a positive on top, and you have a denominator. So how do you differentiate when do you need to use quotient rule? Okay, quite easy. If you look at these 4 questions A, B, C, D that I've prepared, what is the common thing that they have? Yes, correct. All four of them are actually in fractions. Okay, but not necessarily all will be using quotient rule. Let's see. As later on, when I go through my A, okay, I will show you how some of the question is not necessary to use quotient rule. You can actually use chain rule. Okay, so you just need to do one extra step. But like I said, math always have 2 ways of doing your work. So try to see whether you better learn 2 ways so that you can see which one is more comfortable for you to work on. So download the question at the link below, okay, and practice it with me so you will get a better understanding on how to make use of your quotient rule. Okay, so for your first, okay, your top I will consider as the first one and the bottom will be the second. So first I'll write out my D1. So meaning I will differentiate my top one, which will give me 4x plus 3. And what's my D2? D2 is 1. So for my dy dx, based on just now what you have seen, okay, my dy dx is differentiate first, so I have to bracket this up, multiply to the second, which is x, minus differentiate the second, which is 1, times the first, 2x squared plus 3x over bottom square, which is x squared. Okay, very good. So now all you need to do is just need to simplify the numerator, which is the top part. Okay, if in the case that your D2 is actually a power or bracket, do not expand. Alright, I'll always say this because it will help you in the further questions. Okay, so for this, so just let's simplify our numerator. So I have 4x squared plus 3x minus 2x squared minus 3x over x squared. Okay, so my x squared will have 4x squared minus 2x squared give me 2x squared and no more x cubed. So I have this, and simplify further, that will give me 2 as the answer. Okay, so using the quotient rule, this is what you will have for your answer. Like I've said earlier, for the same question, okay, I'm going to show you without using quotient rule. So you will need to do extra steps before we can start doing the differentiation. So how? Let's simplify this. So my equation actually will have to change it to 2x squared over x plus 3x over x. If you understand your fraction well enough, okay, actually you can separate your fractions into 2 similar denominator. Okay, so this will actually be the steps before it. Okay, so here if I simplify further, okay, I will have 2x plus 3. Wow, it's quite an easy question. This will be like doing a chain rule. So dy dx, you can do it directly. It will just give you 2. See? So if I were to compare these 2 methods, okay, the one on the left in blue is actually longer. Okay, but it's not wrong. Okay, because like I said, if you can't really tell the difference, not all questions can simplify like the one on the right in red. So if you do it using your quotient rule, nothing wrong, no worries. Okay, if you're comfortable with that, go ahead. So if you are more advanced, you can actually see that you can control by simplifying your equation, okay, provided you don't simplify wrongly, okay, you can actually get it done easily. So both the answer is still the same. Alright, now I have question B. Okay, so give it a try. I will give you my answer in a short while. Okay, so I believe you have tried, okay, pausing the video and work on it. So in this case, your question for B, you're not able to use simplifying and then do your easy chain rule because the denominator is 1 minus 3x. If you split it up, it's not feasible, it's not as easy. So hence I will be doing quotient rule. Anyway, this video is about quotient rule, so I will make sure you can understand how to make use of your quotient rule. So same, I'll label this as 1 and the bottom denominator as 2. So first I'll work out on my d1. d1 will be 4x plus 1 and my d2 will be negative 3. So here we have d1 over dx will be, differentiate the first, multiply to the second, which is my denominator, okay, minus differentiate the second, multiply to the first, over bottom, which is the denominator square. So I mentioned in question A that my denominator I do not expand. Yes, it's a square. It seems easy to expand it out, but no, you don't. Just leave it. Okay, because of some of the questions you can actually reduce them to simplest form. But in this case, no, I don't think so. So let's look at, but we need to do the expansion for the numerator, simplifying them. So let's look at what you have. So I will need to do my rainbow. Okay, so let's see, 4x minus 12x squared plus 1 minus 3x plus 6x squared plus 3x plus 3 over 1 minus 3x squared. So let's simplify this. My x squared, I'll have negative 6x squared x plus, okay, so plus 4x plus 1 Alright, so this will be my answer. If a denominator you want to factorize out 2, it doesn't matter, up to you. If you want to do it, no problem. Okay, so I hope you get this question correct. If you get it, congratulations, yes, you understand how to make use of your D1 and D2 method. That means you memorize your formula, very good. For those who didn't get it, it's alright. We still have question C and question D for you to continue to learn. Okay, let's now look at question C. Alright, now my denominator, I have a square root. Okay, so let me re-put the denominator. Instead of seeing as a square root, I'm going to use my indices to change them into a more eye-catchy kind of way so that we will not miss out the number. Okay, I will change my square root to power half. Okay, so no worries, same thing. This will be my 1, this will be my 2. So let's work out my d1. So differentiate of the first, I'll have 1. Oh, that's easy. So, and differentiate 2. Power bring down, power minus 1. Multiply to the differentiate of the inside is negative 4. Hence, I just need to simplify my d2. That will give me negative 2, 1 minus 4x power negative half. Okay, so this is my d2. So let's go work out for my dy dx. So dy over dx, differentiate first, which is a 1, multiply to the second. 1 minus 4x, the 1 I omit, I'm not going to write it out, minus differentiate the second, which will then give me a 2, because the negative and negative give me a plus, positive. Okay, negative half, multiply to the first, which is my x minus 2, over bottom square. Okay, square root 1 minus 4x, this is the bottom, square them. So if you power half and 2 later next line, I will be writing it as 1 minus 4x if you know your indices. Okay, So over here, so earlier on I was saying, if you expand the denominator, you will be having some trouble later. So what we have is actually a common, bracket, which is on the numerator, which is my 1 minus 4x. 1 is power half, 1 is power negative half. So I will be taking out the smaller one. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of factorizing here to make the, you need to make your equation final answer as simplified as possible. Okay, so I'll be factorizing out my 1 minus 4x power negative half. So I put out square bracket. What I'll left with in the first one will be 1 minus 4x positive 2, and then the x minus 2 in the square bracket. Okay, so just now I was saying my denominator will just be 1 minus 4x because of the square root and square. Okay, if you see my numerator, you see this part here, numerator got this, my denominator have the same thing, so I just need to simplify them a little bit here and there. So I bring them down, my denominator will be 1 minus 4x whole thing power 3 over 2, and my numerator I will just need to expand them out. So I will have a final answer of 2x, okay, negative. This will be minus 4 and minus 3. Okay, so this will be my final answer. Okay, not to worry, it's just simplifying. The more important part will just be applying of this from here, your D1. So you need to know, so summarize a bit, differentiate, you need to know your D1, you need to know your D2 and your formula. So these are the three things you need to make sure you know. Alright, then the subsequent simplifying will be of a lower level, which you have learned previously. Alright, so if you're having trouble, please look up my video and start to look through and refresh. Okay, if not, further down you might have more troubles coming in. Alright, okay, down to our very last question. Okay, no one say anything about having a quotient rule with a product rule inside. Yeah, okay, yes, in this case you need to do a little bit of simplifying. How? Because your numerator, which is a x squared minus 16, is a formula of a squared minus b squared. In algebra, this will be a plus b, a minus b. So hence I will change my y to x minus 4, x plus 4 over x minus 4, x plus 5. Hence this will be cancelled off. My question will just be, okay, so my question has been simplified to just x plus 4 over x plus 5. So this will be my 1 and 2. So let's say some space. So D1, differentiate first one is 1. Then D2 is also 1. So my dy over dx is just differentiate the first, multiply to the second, minus differentiate the second, multiply to the first, over bottom square. So just do some simplifying. Alright, I will have x minus x is gone, so 5 minus 4 is just 1 over x plus 5 whole thing square. That's easy. So look out for ways that you can simplify them. Do not panic, because question can be that simple. It's just whether you see it or not. Okay, you need to look through and refresh with whatever you've learned previously. See, your formula for a squared minus b squared pop out. It's not known, it's not told that it will come out in this chapter, but they can actually ask you in this way. Okay, so please remember your formula, how to apply your D1 and D2. Okay, that is quite similar to, which is quite similar to your chain rule. Alright, so once you get used to it, you can actually practice out on more questions. This is just the basic. There will be questions coming out talking about tangents, normals. Alright, so please practice. Okay, if you're not very sure, look through this again, download the question, alright, to practice along with it so as to make sure you know. Okay, hope that you can understand this much better now. I do hope the solution helps in your understanding. Do you have any questions? Feel free to email me your questions to brainmasters.@maths education@gmail.com. And if you find my video is helpful for you, do subscribe to my channel. Study hard!